pull off. Now, if you see here, chat, they're looking at the back of their pass here, because that's where the stage list is. Nice little piece of technology. So we're going to go to Town City, and what are you watching right now? Cavalier Clash. That's right.
Oh, okay.
You see right here, Cavalier Clash.
Call the bracket. Start at G/Cav.
Oh, is that right? Yes. Oh, and you know what? Use code CavClash at Corsair.com.
10% off site-wide.
Yeah, okay, hold on. And who's it produced by? KML Tournaments, that's right.
Oh, check him out right there.
Beautiful stuff.
Who's that? Syrup.
That's Syrup,
Who's
yes.
that? Pharaoh.
Correct, okay.
That's it.
Okay, yeah.
I was looking for it.
Yeah,
Find it.
no,
Put the
right.
pen down. Kyle's walking back over. Put it down. Put it down. There we go.
All right,
Our
getting
final
into it.
winners quarters here. The winner moves on to winner's side of top 8. Being on Town and City. Let's see if our theory holds water.
I think this is an interesting spot to start, too. I think both teams have in mind that they want a lot of room to do their game plan of set up shop and respond accordingly. Right now, it's going to be blue team who actually set up shop in the center stage and work outward. So maybe, they haven't had time to set up, their exact blueprint, but we can definitely see shades of the plan at least.
I'm loving the interesting way this game has folded out so far. Where right at the beginning we had Sisqui chasing down Syrup in the corner. Now I think have split up a little bit. These are two strong teams that know in dubs the best kind of momentum you can get is comboing off with your teammate. And we have everybody tussling, going back at it. Don't want either team to set up in the corner. Instead, you've got all of these titans facing off, and Sisqui going down first with an explosive combo from Syrup.
That was a beautiful pass, too, from Pharaoh that really led to just 2 hits from Syrup, but they're so important. Beautiful back air from Sisqui. Evens it up. Pharaoh now, the difference maker here. 83% is a lot, but you are also Yoshi. You kind of have to take that incidental damage or those trades as the cost of doing business here.
Syrup trying to fight back on the soul using those wood tools. Sisqui, great double jump armor to get back through that forward air there. Pharaoh still hanging on just fine. Remembering with those egg tosses there, not going to overextend that wood wall, putting extra work. I'm loving how Raflow's coming in, breaking those walls. We have Sisqui on the backup with that charge shot. Even going for the hard read there on that reverse grab.
Yeah, it's awesome. I do think it's really interesting. We see blue team slow down their dynamic when Pharaoh is at a high percent. Now I think we'll shift back into blue team taking the initiative as Pharaoh comes right down with that invincibility. But when Pharaoh's stuck at like 100 or more percent, you can kind of see blue team play a little more reactive. Now red team, though, they're not slowing down at all despite being at a dangerous percent themselves.
Pharaoh dropping back through it again, trying to catch Raflow on the back foot. Raflow not going to give it to him, of course. 84% do not want to overextend against Yoshi. Just like you mentioned, looking for those more aggressive approaches here. But speaking of aggressive, Sisqui overcommitting there to an up smash to get extra damage on Pharaoh. Follows the stock there to a down air. Last stock scenario for him. But Pharaoh playing carefully. Finally, Sisqui dropping off. Raflow losing his first stock there. Syrup still barely hanging on.
Barely.
Red team down, but honestly, considering the percents, this game is a lot closer than you might think.
Yes, because blue team is poised to lose 2 stocks back to back, and all of a sudden they'll be down basically a fresh stock. So we have to see Pharaoh take the back seat here, kind of play that support role, and it looks like red team's helping out a little bit too. Sisqui taking a ton of damage right now. The dynamic also will shift drastically. If Sisqui is the one to lose the stock first in red team, which it looks like they're kind of aiming to do here. The egg toss, had it not been interrupted, could have been it.
To say that though, Raflow actually losing the stock there first. Looking to get out of the corner immediately. And Pharaoh looking to punish that. Sisqui trying to get back on the cusp there. Get out of the corner against C. Don't want to challenge that one. It's a landing there from Pharaoh. Still hanging on with his final stock here. Now Syrup has Raflow cornered back with those golden tools. Waiting for him to jump back in. Setting up that wall. It's a little bit of a cheese in the box saying, I know you want to break this. And I'm waiting for my boy Pharaoh to drop back down here and punish you for your troubles.
Yup, good little combo here. Nice charge shot as well. The parry though, good opener. Bunch of damage coming through. It's up to Pharaoh here to take any of these stocks. Okay, that should do it. Big change of pace here now. What can Raflow do here? He makes it back to the stage in air. Usually such a good move, but in the 2v1s it could be dangerous.
Raflow trying to keep the aggressive foot forward here, catching Pharaoh, bring back around. Those hops just forcing you to overextend where you typically would not want to. The egg toss. So looking to do high ceiling on Town and City. The egg lay again. Up air is coming out. Not going to find that down special conversion. Syrup still through and through. Like the supplementary roll. Looking pretty strong. Well again.
This is actually kind of tense right now. 97. That back air leaving Syrup on the stage here by yourself. What's the play here? Grab, smack him both. Get it over with.
Get him out of here!
Exactly. Finally, some room to breathe.
Get him out of here!
Turned into a very tense end. as Raflow was fighting these like pretty safe approaches, racking up the damage over and over and over again. But it definitely seemed like blue team was in control for most of that game, especially once they had the initiative. I think they maybe floundered a little bit when we had that spot where Pharaoh was at a high percent and had to kind of play the back foot, because Syrup didn't necessarily want to go too aggressive either, while still being the point man, still just taking these very small steps, maybe fighting over inches instead of miles. Let's see how it goes here. Already the wall is set up.
Already an early adaptation we're seeing from Raflow. Instead of running in immediately and trying to temper those walls, the back thing of the sort, playing much more ground in this game. Going for the auto reticle there, trying to play back again, shifting back away, running back in the ground, and then going for those nairs. You know, now Raflow is going for those crazy hard reads instead of playing that consistent palatainment game, leaving that consistent damage up towards the beginning of these stocks. Then you can have Sisqui come in here as the supplementary support hero to help you out to close them out later in the game.
Exactly. Raflow finally taking some damage. Absolutely, like, seemingly invincible. And a little body block there, missing the ledge, and another one goes flying. The stocks falling on red team here as blue team holds on to a little bit of a lead here.
Coming in, great catching the air out there. Pharaoh chasing down Raflow perfectly in this corner right now. And Sisqui as well, rolling back in to get Pharaoh off of his teammate, you know, trying to give Raflow a bit of support there.
Ooh.
It's super over aggressive. The back here into the back throw, saying, get that nonsense out of here.
Oh my goodness, that was like so mean. It felt like so charged, man.
It felt like a
Back there.
swirly, bro.
Yeah. Oh my. All right, but still we have Syrup, kind of the X factor here, holding on to that first stock still, taking that time to mine with the diamond tools. And look, you mess up tilt back here. You're on the back foot now. And Sisqui, speaking of back foot, sneaks one in there to get that stock.
We have the charge out there against Sisqui. Now biding his time, not going to overextend it again, waiting for Raflow to give him the opportunity to open up. Oh, there we go. He's going to find it there on Pharaoh. Pharaoh again getting really over-aggressive in the corner. Sisqui punishing him hard for that. Especially on Town City, you've got to relax.
Yeah, Sisqui has these really interesting gaps in the aggression where we see like pivot grab or wait in the charge shot. And so Pharaoh will throw in these spot dodges thinking I'm safe, but those small little steps that Sisqui adds in ruins the timing from the defensive options for blue team.
And Raflow again, make sure not to overextend from the outside of the same ring. Learning from last time as Syrup lingers around that ledge. Pharaoh trying to run back in there against Sisqui again, trying to force the situation. Sisqui not going to give it to him. Back in with the dash attack, still hanging on. Max rage on this Samus, tempering with those missiles, forcing Syrup to recognize that and chase it back down the ledge. Has a fast enough option. The power minecart is going to take it there though. Pharaoh, of course, trying to keep the pressure back up with a little bit of iframe. Sisqui is not going to take that lying down.
No, definitely comes back, firing. Really tough spot though. You see Raflow like getting stuck in a lot of pressure situations. And when blue team is able to do those 2v1s, their follow-ups are phenomenal. The block will stop that ledge from entering the equation. And now Sisqui has to fight back through 3 stocks.
They have the 2v1, not going to be easy to get through. Corner coming back out of the corner. Sisqui hanging on here. Dash attack, not going to take Pharaoh out there. Still hanging on. Those walls, the minecarts, every little bit of lingering projectile to keep Sisqui back, to challenge that charge shot. Trying to make some space for him, pushing Pharaoh back from the ledge there. But with all the different tools we have access to, sitting out there primed for that forward air. Syrup will take it as Syrup and Pharaoh punch their ticket forward into winner's side top 8.
A beautiful set. Lovely implementation of their plan as we kind of sketched it out before the set started, and definitely just a small glimpse into the playbook that we'll be seeing for the rest of their run into top 8. But that was a nice little showcase of all